Keeping Up debuted in 2007, the Kardashian-Jenners have been airdropped onto our feeds more than any family in pop culture history. And with each season, they continue to blur their pores a little bit more, Photoshop their pictures to the nth degree.
Once hailed as the queens of beauty and style, the Kardashian-Jenner family is now facing a harsh spotlight for a very different reason. From social media users to critics, many are accusing them of aging like milk, instead of gracefully growing into their iconic looks. But is this criticism fair? Or is it just the world turning on the same beauty standards they once celebrated? The Kardashians have built an empire based on their appearances, influencing millions with their beauty routines, cosmetic trends, and highly curated images. But as the years go by, the cracks are starting to show. Literally and figuratively, have the Kardashians become victims of their own perfection? Or is the world simply holding them to impossible standards? In this video, we'll explore their rise to beauty royalty, how their pursuit of youth may be working against them, and why this conversation speaks to a bigger issue about aging and societal expectations. Let's dive in. The Kardashians didn't just rise to fame, they redefined it. Back in 2007, Keeping Up with the Kardashians introduced the world to a family that seemed larger than life. Their glamorous lifestyles, dramatic family dynamics, and unfiltered moments made them instant reality TV royalty. But it wasn't just their personalities that captured the public's attention. It was their looks. Kim Kardashian, in particular, became the face of a new beauty ideal. Her curvaceous figure, flawless makeup, and perfectly contoured face set trends across the globe. Kylie Jenner followed suit, transforming herself from the family's youngest member into a billionaire beauty mogul. The Kardashian-Jenners quickly became synonymous with perfection.
When Kim turned her head for the Vogue live stream, the first thing viewers noticed was the network of rope-like platysma bands running down her neck. Those cords pop out because she removed so much submental fat with aggressive liposuction in 2021, so now the muscle sits naked under paper-thin skin,
setting the standard for everything from body shape to skincare routines. But this wasn't just about natural beauty. The family openly embraced cosmetic enhancements, from fillers and Botox to body sculpting surgeries. What made them different was their transparency. Well, to an extent, they didn't deny their enhancements outright, but framed them as part of their aspirational luxury lifestyle. For over a decade, they were celebrated as the ultimate beauty icons, with millions trying to replicate their looks. However, the very standards they created have become a double-edged sword. With age and time, their once praised appearances are now attracting criticism. The same public that celebrated their perfection is now dissecting their every wrinkle, procedure, or perceived misstep. The question is, have the Kardashians set themselves up for this scrutiny? Or are they victims of the same impossible standards they helped create? If you enjoy deep dives into pop culture, celebrity controversies, and the stories behind the headlines, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Your support helps me keep creating the content you love, and I've got so much more coming your way. Over the years, the Kardashians have become masters of reinvention. From their early days on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, where their appearances were relatively natural, to their current hyper-curated social media personas, the transformation has been nothing short of drastic.
The Kardashians are starting to look old as fuck. Now, contrary to popular belief, I am not here to drag them. If anything, I'm very relieved. Because the women who taught a generation that youth is a purchasable product have finally met the one bill that they can't expense: time.
Kim Kardashian, for instance, has undergone a visible evolution. Early on, her look was defined by her signature dark hair, glowing skin, and enviable curves. But as the years went on, her face became more snatched, her jawline sharper, and her skin seemingly poreless. Procedures like Botox, fillers, and rumored surgeries have shaped her into a near-perfect version of herself, one that's almost unattainable in real life. Kylie Jenner's transformation is arguably even more dramatic. The youngest of the clan went from a fresh-faced teenager to a full-blown beauty mogul, with plumped lips, a sculpted jawline, and a more mature figure. Her lip fillers alone sparked a global trend, with fans clamoring to achieve her look through makeup or cosmetic procedures. But here's the catch. While their curated appearances may have looked flawless in their 20s, the effects of these enhancements are starting to show. Overuse of fillers and Botox can lead to a puffy or unnatural appearance, and constant tweaking can create inconsistencies over time. Social media users have been quick to point out how different the Kardashians look in unedited paparazzi photos compared to their Instagram posts.
Just take a look at these pictures of Khloe Kardashian in her confessionals. Let me just be so for real with you. Who is this? Is this a clone? Is this a lizard? Who is this woman? Because this is not Khloe. But instead of looking young forever, everyone has sort of come to the exact same conclusion.
It's not just age, it's the pressure to maintain perfection at all times. The Kardashians' appearances have become a constant source of scrutiny, with fans and critics alike dissecting every new wrinkle, procedure, and every unfiltered photo. And ironically, the very perfection they've worked so hard to achieve is now drawing even more attention to the natural process of aging. For over a decade, the Kardashians have been the epitome of perfection. Their flawless skin, sculpted bodies, and seemingly ageless looks have set the standard for beauty in the 21st century. But perfection comes with a price. And for the Kardashians, it's a steep one. The family's pursuit of youth and beauty has turned into a paradox. While they've gone to great lengths to maintain their appearances, these efforts have also made their aging process more noticeable. The more they try to fight time, the more critics seem to notice every change, every tweak, and every sign of imperfection. Take Khloe Kardashian, for example. Her dramatic transformations have often been a topic of debate. While her fitness journey has been inspiring to many, her facial changes have sparked rumors of excessive cosmetic procedures. Fans have even coined terms like Instagram face to describe the almost sculpted, doll-like features that many celebrities, including the Kardashians, seem to be chasing. But this pursuit of perfection isn't just a personal choice. It's a business model.
Lala is 45 years old and Kim Kardashian is 44. I'm seeing a lot of comments, people talking about, oh my God, they look old, they look old. Yes, they do look a little bit older because they are in their mid-40s. They are heading towards 50.
The Kardashians have built an empire on their looks. From Kylie's billion-dollar beauty brand to Kim's skin shapewear line, staying youthful and flawless isn't just about aesthetics. It's essential to their brand and financial success. And here's where the double-edged sword cuts deep. The more they fight to maintain perfection, the more they open themselves up to criticism. Their heavily edited Instagram posts are constantly compared to unfiltered paparazzi photos, creating a narrative that their beauty is fake or unsustainable. It's a battle they can't win, and it raises a bigger question. Is the world really upset with how the Kardashians are aging? Or is this just another way society punishes women for growing older? Social media has been both a blessing and a curse for the Kardashian-Jenner family. On one hand, platforms like Instagram and TikTok have allowed them to grow their empire, connect with their fans, and control their narrative through carefully curated posts. On the other hand, these same platforms have made them more vulnerable to intense scrutiny than ever before. In the age of viral content, even the smallest misstep can become a trending topic. Unfiltered paparazzi photos, candid videos, and side-by-side comparisons of then versus now have all contributed to the growing conversation around how the Kardashians are aging.
They look their age. They look their age. I feel like a lot of people, they don't like to see women aging. Ooh. You have, some wrinkles and, your neck is, your aging showing through your neck. They just go crazy. What do you think they're gonna look like they are in their 20s?
Critics have highlighted inconsistencies between their polished online personas and their real-life appearances, calling their image into question. But it's not just about photos. Entire TikTok accounts and YouTube channels exist solely to dissect their cosmetic procedures, speculate about what work they've had done, and analyze their aging process. Hashtags like #Kardashian-Unfiltered and #aging, like milk, have gone viral, with millions of views and comments. What makes the scrutiny even harsher is how personal it feels. For years, the Kardashians have been at the center of beauty and body trends, setting impossibly high standards for themselves and others. Now, as they age, they're being judged by the very standards they helped popularize. Social media has essentially turned their own legacy against them, amplifying every perceived flaw for the world to see. But the criticism isn't always fair. While the Kardashians are held under a magnifying glass, countless others, men and women alike, undergo similar cosmetic procedures without facing the same level of backlash. This raises a deeper question. Is the public's obsession with their aging process about holding them accountable? Or is it just another example of society's unrelenting pressure on women to look perfect at all times?
Ashanti looks 35. She didn't get fillers and Botox in her 20s. No, they look older than 50, let alone 40. They are aging so bad because of the surgeries on their face. Let's be for real, these ladies have had really long careers.
The Kardashians' struggles with aging are about more than just their personal choices. They're a reflection of society's complicated relationship with growing older, especially for women. From Hollywood to social media, the message has been clear. Aging is something to be feared, avoided, and if possible, reversed. For women in the public eye, the pressure is relentless. Men are often praised for aging gracefully. Think George Clooney or Brad Pitt. But women are criticized for every wrinkle or gray hair. The Kardashians, who built their empire on youth and beauty, are particularly vulnerable to this double standard. But the Kardashians aren't just victims of this phenomenon. They've also contributed to it. Through their brands, they've promoted anti-aging products, skincare routines, and cosmetic procedures as part of an aspirational lifestyle. Their influence has shaped how millions of people view beauty and perfection, creating a cycle where aging becomes something to hide or fix. At the same time, their wealth has given them access to tools, treatments, and technologies that most people can only dream of. From cutting-edge lasers to exclusive skincare products, they've spared no expense in their quest to stay youthful.
Like, Kim has been in it. She doesn't have to be in it any longer if she doesn't want to. Like, why don't you just retire and, like, I don't know, invest in the stock market and live off that for the rest of your life? I think it's the Ozempic result. We already know that losing excessive amounts of fat very quickly can age you very fast.
This creates an impossible standard for their fans, who are often left feeling inadequate when they can't achieve the same results. Yet despite all this effort, time is undefeated. The Kardashians' public struggles with aging reveal a harsh truth. No amount of money, surgery, or skincare can stop the natural process of growing older. And as they face growing criticism for their attempts to fight time, they're also inadvertently sparking conversations about why aging is so stigmatized in the first place. The Kardashians have never shied away from the spotlight, but their influence has increasingly come under fire, especially when it comes to how they've shaped beauty standards for younger generations. While their glamorous appearances and lavish lifestyles have long been aspirational for fans, critics argue that their impact isn't always positive. One of the biggest controversies surrounding the family is the adultification of preteens, particularly their own children. Take Kim Kardashian's daughter, Northwest, as an example. Many fans have expressed discomfort with how the Kardashian kids are being dressed and presented, often in outfits that mirror adult fashion trends. Critics argue that this puts unnecessary pressure on children to meet unrealistic beauty ideals far too early. This issue doesn't just apply to their kids. The Kardashians have also been accused of promoting insecurity among their followers, with their perfectly curated social media feeds and heavy reliance on cosmetic enhancements. Many believe that their influence has contributed to a culture of comparison, where young people feel pressured to undergo cosmetic procedures or purchase expensive beauty products to fit into the Kardashian mold.
Why do we see neck bands? One, this is the platysma muscle. It's a muscle that connects from the mandible down to the chest. As we age, they separate. And these bands, you can see them coming in. But you could also see them if you get aggressive lipo of the neck area, where it pops the platysma band and makes it more visible.
Another layer to this controversy is the family's tendency to profit from the insecurities they've arguably helped to create. From Kylie Jenner's billion-dollar lip kits to Kim's skincare line, the Kardashians have turned beauty concerns, like anti-aging, body sculpting, and flawless skin, into lucrative business ventures. While some applaud their entrepreneurial spirit, others see it as exploiting societal pressures to look perfect. And yet, the Kardashians continue to dominate the beauty and fashion industries, proving that their influence remains unshaken despite the backlash. But with younger generations becoming more aware of the toxic effects of unrealistic beauty standards, the question remains: will the Kardashians adapt to this cultural shift? Or will their empire eventually crumble under the weight of their controversies? The Kardashians' struggles with aging are not just about their personal choices. They reflect a much larger societal issue. Aging has long been framed as something to be feared, particularly for women, and the Kardashians are just one high-profile example of how this pressure plays out in real time. But beyond the criticism lies an opportunity for change. In recent years, there's been a growing movement to embrace natural aging and reject the stigma surrounding it. Celebrities like Jamie Lee Curtis and Andie MacDowell have been praised for their willingness to let their gray hair and wrinkles show, offering a refreshing contrast to the perfection-driven culture the Kardashians represent.
Up on her face, the mid-cheek looks hollow because the scaffold of filler she'd relied on for years was recently dissolved. This leaves her natural tissue unable to spring back, and anywhere from like her under eye down to her chin starts to look really, really hollow. In plain English, without all the BS talk, the support beams are gone, and gravity is essentially pulling her face downward. And all of this is kind of sad when we look back and remember what she looked like before any procedures.
This shift isn't just about aesthetics, it's about redefining what it means to age gracefully. Instead of viewing wrinkles or changes in appearance as flaws, more people are beginning to see them as symbols of experience, wisdom, and authenticity. The Kardashians, who have always been at the forefront of beauty trends, have a unique opportunity to lead this conversation. Imagine if the Kardashians embraced aging instead of resisting it. What if they used their massive platforms to normalize the natural aging process and encourage their followers to do the same? It could mark a powerful turning point, not just for their brand, but for society as a whole. Of course, this would require them to step away from the perfection they've built their empire on, which is no small task. But as public opinion continues to shift, so too might the expectations placed on the Kardashians. Whether they're ready for this change or not, one thing is clear. Their influence on beauty and aging will continue to spark conversations for years to come. The Kardashians have spent years shaping how the world views beauty, perfection, and aging. But as time passes, they've gone from trendsetters to symbols of the very pressures they helped create. Their evolving appearances, the scrutiny they face, and the controversies surrounding their influence reveal a deeper truth.
My Roman Empire is Kim's old face before surgeries. Like, her natural face was actually just insane. I know, like, I've talked about this before, but I also always go back to this plot because I'm like, she did not need to do anything. Like, her natural Armenian features and like her baby hair was just chef's kiss.
No one, no matter how wealthy or powerful, is immune to aging or society's relentless beauty standards. But perhaps there's a lesson in all of this. Instead of tearing down the Kardashians for their attempts to defy time, maybe it's time to question the culture that made perfection such a priority in the first place. After all, beauty isn't about looking flawless. It's about feeling confident in who you are, no matter your age. Whether you admire the Kardashians or critique them, one thing's for sure. They've sparked a conversation that goes far beyond their family. And as the world continues to evolve, maybe the Kardashians will too. What do you think? Should the Kardashians embrace aging naturally, or is their fight against time just part of their brand? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to hear your take on this.